Good day everyone, happy day of the week. This video is a response to a question asked last week by MichaelBtheGameGenie asking, what are your favorite 16-bit era fighting games? So I had wanted this video to come out a couple days ahead of time, but I've been working on a new storage project here with my stuff, and you guys will see that in an upcoming video about what I did to kind of reorganize my collection. So that video is coming up. Without any further ado, here are my top 3 games.
Top 3.
Oh, and they're not in any certain order either. So despite me using Super Street Fighter 2 in the intro to this video, Street Fighter 2 Turbo is actually my favorite of the 16-bit era fighting games. And for a couple of reasons. One, it's the one I played the most. So I had the original, well, not original Street Fighter, the Street Fighter 2 World Warrior, the one that first came out for the Super NES. But later on, I got Turbo, and I just had so much more fun with this game. And I loved how you could change the speed, how you could bump it up with the little star system in the settings, and I believe there was a cheat to let you even put it higher than that. I really liked playing the game as fast as you could. I know some people don't enjoy that, but I really like the speed just turned way up. It made the game a lot of fun for me. I will also say that out of all these 16-bit fighting games, I always wanted to play them with a friend. I didn't like playing the computer. I like just the one-on-one with one of your friends or a few friends there, and you take turns on who gets winner. That was the best experience to me. I think that's what really made these games, and I'm going to go into that a little more in my second choice. All right, so next game we have is Mortal Kombat 2. Even though Mortal Kombat 3 expanded, I think, on this game the most, 2 holds a special place for me. So that game, again, it was a lot of fun with friends, and in particular, an arcade we had gone to as kids, it had the latest Mortal Kombat game, whatever it was, and I remember Mortal Kombat 2 was in this arcade for a really long time, and it was just a lot of fun to play all the time. I really loved that game. I even loved watching people play the game. Like, there was a line to play this game all the time, and everybody would crowd around the machine, which does that even happen anymore? But everybody would crowd around the machine and just, you know, whoever plays winner or what somebody try to go through and beat the boss of the game, beat Shao Kahn, and just a lot of fun. So a third game was really difficult for me to figure out. So the first 2, super easy. I knew what they were right off. As soon as I watched Michael's video, I knew what my first 2 choices were. But the third choice, it took a little while. So I had to kind of go back and think, you know, what other fighting game did I really play? I know what fighting games there were. I knew there were Eternal Champions and Killer Instinct, and was Clay Fighter 16-bit? I think it was. And I played Killer Instinct a lot. I never liked Killer Instinct that much. I do have it. I had it back then. I have it now. It was never really my kind of game. So I really thought. And I remembered that there was one of the game I played a lot. And a lot of people are not going to agree with me with this choice. But here we go anyway. Now, I was a Nintendo kid. I had the NES, I had the Game Boy, I had the Super NES. I didn't get a Genesis until way later, so the whole Genesis experience for me when it was new was always at friends' houses. So I had one friend that played this game a lot, and this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. Now, if you've played the Genesis version compared to other versions, this game pretty much was just a fighting game, and it would have the 5 Rangers and the 6th one, and then have the Zords, and that's how the game progressed. It was just each level of the game was just a fight, being either with an enemy or with the Megazord robot to a bigger enemy, like in the show. And the game was just so fun because at the time, you know, Power Rangers was really popular, and so, you know, we'd be kids watching Power Rangers, and then we got to play the game and play as Megazord, and to me that was the best. So even though it's not the best game, this is my third choice in these top 3 fighting games. I do have one honorable mention, though. King of the Monsters 2 is, to me, I don't fully consider it a fighting game. There was a lot of fighting elements to it, but the whole power-up system and kind of progression through the city with all the little bad guys you'd fight before you got to the boss of that level made it more feel like a beat-em-up with fighting game elements. Even the energy system, it didn't feel like a fighting game to me, so that's why I didn't put it in my list. If it was more fighting, it would have probably replaced the Power Rangers games. I did play King of Monsters 2 a lot. So that's my top 3 16-bit era fighting games, and of course the one honorable mention. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you do like my content, go ahead and consider subscribing. I do videos twice a week on all things old school computers and games. So, as always guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.